Hello, hello. How are you
Hi.
today?
Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored, excited.
I am so glad that you are. I am excited that you are here. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to just let the ladies know who we have in our presence. The phenomenal LoYonda. So we want to let them know, okay? All
It's
right.
LoYonda Thomas.
That's right. I love it. That's right. Oh, we're going to talk about that too. We can
Yes,
speak about that. Okay. Yeah. So
yes,
listen, ladies, mothers, listen, in today's episode, I have the honor of sitting down with a woman whose heart speaks louder than words and whose actions truly reflect the purpose she walks in every single day. Just
yes.
recently, she made a stop to help someone just ain't gonna be late for here. She's gonna be late for here, y'all. Just so that she can help someone, another woman. And remember what we always talking about. We are mothers conquering together. Iron sharpens iron. And she took that stand. She took it seriously and she took it literally just so another woman, possibly a mother, would not feel like she was just by herself, stranded somewhere. And so when you talk about compassion, she isn't just talking about it. It's something that she lives. And that same kindness, that same integrity and care is what she brings into the daycare she owns and operates. She's not just watching children, she's building trust, nurturing futures, and creating a safe place where both kids and parents feel seen. She lets them feel supported. She makes sure they know that they're valued. And the most beautiful part, the confidence and courage to walk boldly in the calling came alive after she said yes to coaching, pushed
Yes.
past her fear, and stepped into everything God had placed inside of her. Please help me welcome LoYonda Thomas, the owner of Dreams Scholars Daycare, a woman of
Yes.
faith,
All glory to
purpose,
God.
and undeniable heart that she carries. Hi, LoYonda.
Hello, Miss Eleanor.
Oh my God. If you call me, we could say Coach Ellie, we could say
Coach
Coach Eleanor, we could say
Ellie.
Miss
Coach
Ellie.
Ellie.
Okay. Listen, I'm glad you're here. Like I said, thank you
Thank
for taking the time to
you.
be with us. You are an amazing individual. And I'm going to jump us right into some questions. I have my questions over here on this screen. I got
Okay.
something else on this monitor. I have us right here. So I'm not distracted. I just want to make sure I don't miss one question that I have for you. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay, bam.
mothers, get ready. Get ready. So, tell us this, Loyanda. Before you started your business, your daycare, what was holding you back or making you feel stuck?
So before I started my business, I felt stuck in a space between knowing I was called what I was called for and not knowing how to, but not knowing how to get there.
Okay.
Um, Self-doubt, it held me back a lot. I'm wondering if I was truly ready, if I was qualified enough. Just trusting and believing in myself and what I had to offer.
Mm-hmm.
I was carrying the weight of fear. I was carrying the weight of past disappointments. I had big dreams, but I kept downplaying
Mm,
everything as always. I convinced myself I had to wait for the perfect time, but deep down I knew it would never come. So the truth is, I was just waiting for validation and permission to start what I already knew God had trusted in me and had already given me permission to do. And I had to believe in the process and trust the
mm.
process.
Oh my gosh. Now listen to you.
Yes.
Grown. Okay.
Yes.
You grown. Now listen. I'm gonna add, so let's jump here. Because
Mm-hmm.
the process was a serious thing for you. You were
Very.
really when you started coaching, you were literally like self-doubting yourself in not every angle. I can't say that, but a lot of angles. But it was all everything was there inside of you. Like
Yes.
I shouldn't even say this, but I'm gonna say this. I didn't really have to do much, right?
Oh,
It
you
was
did a
already there.
lot. You
It
did
was
a lot.
already it was already in you though. It really was.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you
let me
pulled
ask
it
you this.
out.
I put that well, that's the part of doing. Now I'm supposed to do that
That's the
part.
coach.
Okay. So can you take us, if you could take us back to the moment you decided to say yes to coaching and what that decision meant for you as a mother and a woman.
So
Take your time.
So after pouring so much into others and giving and guiding, I realized I needed to pour back into myself. I had met this very special lady at a retreat, and it was like it was God sent. I had given my heart to everybody. I had experienced a lot. I had passion, but I know I needed clarity and definitely structure and a lot of growth to go through to get to my next level.
Yeah.
I was standing, I was sitting actually. So I was in a point and just talking to you. And you was like, well, maybe coaching would be good because we have been talking anyway, constantly. And I'm like, you know what, maybe I was a little reluctant, but I was like, you know what, maybe this would be for me. And like I said, I knew I need the growth, and I knew I couldn't get there alone. I felt like I was just being pulled and drained more and more. But my dreams was bigger, and I knew God had more for me. He had set forth more for me. I knew this could not have been it. I am not supposed to be sad or feeling some kind of way. So I decided if I wanted to be a better person, better equipped to survive, to be able to serve and lead and build something that's going to be lasting, then I need to make the decision to listen and follow the steps of my coach. So I decided coaching was for me.
Oh my goodness. And you, okay, I do want to chime in on this a little bit. We're going to get through a few of these questions and we're going to get to, because I want us to get to the nitty gritty of the daycare too. But I do want part of this is I want mothers and women as a whole to understand the power of coaching. And it's not the coaching per se, but it's the pulling out of you what's already in you. There's greatness already in you.
Yes.
It's already there.
Yes.
God already placed it on the inside of you. And so sometimes go ahead. What were you going to say?
I think mothers, women, all of us, we have to know that you have to invest into yourself. And if you find a coach that is willing to take that time to help you grow and get beyond that comfort zone that we're so used to, then you need that coaching class becomes more than just a turning point for you. It's just beginning of a turning point. And it's not the coaches, I might be wrong, I don't know. It's not a business for them. It is a calling for a lot of them. To me, that's how I see it. And I felt like I found my purpose and my power because of it, because of you, because of you. And I thank you.
And listen, and you're welcome, but I thank you for being open to it. I thank God, because something you're saying is really spot on. It definitely has to be a call. And this is something I tell people, this is because it's true. When God woke me up out of my sleep, like literally woke me up out of my sleep and gave me biblical coaching, I didn't realize that it was a thing. I'm like, biblical, come to find out it's Christian life coaching, right? Well, I also found out that I had been doing it for several years, not knowing that's what I was doing. And then, I ended up going on, make sure I got the right, went on ahead, became certified, I went above and beyond, but God gave it to me in my sleep. And I have been doing this for years outside of that, doing it for friends and people that I just encountered from a biblical perspective. So when God woke me up out of my sleep with it, I was just being obedient, running to, I have another system over here. I ran to that computer and I'm like, what is this thing, right? But God opened up the doors and different avenues to put the right people in place to let me know. And he did it quick. That's when you know God has a plan and a purpose. It's like, no, I have a plan and a purpose for you. And so when we think about when it comes to the turbulent relationships with adult daughters, that's who I serve, right? Yes. But I also serve mothers that they have just some situations that's like, okay, I'm just strained in this area. I want to be able to figure out, how do I relate to my adult daughter in this area? Or one of the main thing is, as mothers, we're moving forward. So if our adult daughters are not, if they don't see to forgive us, and thank God that's not your whole story though. That's not your story. Like, you didn't have that the nonsense of some of the craziness. You just happened to be a mother that wanted to that wanted to navigate some things, right?
Yes. Yes.
But that, when I'm talking to mothers, I let them know it's about us moving forward unapologetically.
Yes.
You don't have to live in that guilt, that shame, that abandonment that your adult daughter has placed on you, or just as a woman. So like with you have the good relationships, right? But there are strainedness in being a mother with adult daughters. And so I walk with those mothers as well, so they'll know you're valued. You are valued, and you need to know your worth. You need to know what the equity is in you. What is yours? What's left over? And it's greatness in that.
Ooh, yes.
Okay? Yes. All right. And we do it all with biblical principle. So now
there's trials and tribulations and all of it. As a mother, it's trials and tribulations.
Yes.
Roller coasters, and it's just everybody got a different story, but it's still trials and tribulations.
Yeah, and how do we navigate those? How do we navigate those spaces? And it's hard sometimes when you're trying to do it by yourself. You said, "Coach," and because it's hard to do that by ourselves sometimes. And that's why also I let us as mothers know it's not a game to me. When I say we are mothers conquering together, the practice itself is called the business. If you want to say a business, the business name, we have trueness of the words, which is the ministry side. But then you have mothers conquering together coaching, where I'm getting us all the way together. We are mothers conquering together. And I let mothers know, I let you all know, I say this to you all the time. You are not on an isolated island alone. You have a community of mothers. You definitely have a coach that genuinely cares for you.
Yes.
I love you. When I say I'm praying for my clients, I am literally before the Father continuously. It is a real thing for me.
I feel it too.
So I'm glad you feel it, because that's what it is. So let me now. I may end up pausing on a couple of my questions because we hitting some of these questions before I get to them. But how did coaching help you break through the fear? And you kind of answered this, and actually take a bold action. So we kind of touched on that, but if you want to say something again, you can. No. Okay. So what's one thing you now believe about yourself that you didn't believe before coaching began?
The one thing I believe about myself before coaching.
So the one thing you now believe about Yolanda. We can say LoYonda, and that could be something. What about yourself?
One thing about myself, I'm gonna have to say,
I got a few.
One thing about myself, I had to learn to trust God in my process.
Do you believe?
Say that again.
Sorry, but it says, so when I'm asking is, but do you believe that about yourself though now?
I do believe that about myself. We all be like, oh, I trust God and I know but do you really believe it? Because to say it is one thing, but to actually act on it is another. So I could say that I trust God. I believe everything will be fine. Then I'm steady worried about it. I'm steady trying to figure out how to take care of it on my own. No, if I trust God, I need to leave it. I need to sit still. Sit still. If I trust God, I need to know it's okay to just wait a moment. Just take a moment. Listen. Because I tell God when I'm praying, I say, oh, Lord, I'm slow. You're going to have to be clear to me. So I just sit back and learn to be still. So now I really trust and know. Deep down, I know now.
Wow. That is amazing. So you all heard that? LoYonda says she believes, she wants inside of herself now what she did not what she did not believe before, but what she believes now is that she genuinely can trust God
Yes.
in the process of what he's doing with her and through her, and ultimately for her. And that's ultimately what you're saying. You trust God now, and where you second guess, not that you second guess him as God, but
Yeah.
more just second guess what you could believe, what you could trust. Can you really rely on the spirit that's on the inside of you,
Exactly.
leading and
Trusting.
guiding you?
Yes. Knowing that that is the Holy Spirit, because everything we hear don't necessarily come from the Spirit of God.
Come on. We're going to
Okay.
get on here
So
and do this.
we have to learn to distinguish the two. So
Hello. I
yes,
feel good over here right now. Okay.
you should.
So we're going to get through. I'm going to jump through these real quick. We may be able to get, because I want to get down to them. What have you learned about the power of standing in your purpose? So hear that.
Mm-hmm.
What have you learned about the power of standing in LoYonda's purpose, even while still waiting on certain areas of your life to be healed? Now, of course, as your coach, I can answer some of that, but I want you to answer.
Yes, I want you to too. So,
No.
so truthfully, I learned to embrace. I trusting God didn't come to me all at once. Let me say that. It didn't come to me all at once. It was something that had to grow into me, and not like within the past couple of weeks, like years. And when I took the coaching class, it just really watered and bloomed. I just bloomed. It just took everything to another level. Um, Moment by moment, in trials and tribulations and triumphs, there have been times that I couldn't see a full picture. I didn't see the full picture. I was uncertain. My heart was heavy. My cup was empty. It wasn't full. My cup was empty because I'm constantly giving to everybody else. God had filled my cup, and then I start looking everywhere else. I'm supposed to stay tunnel vision on him, and I'm pouring into everyone else.
Yes.
My outcomes didn't match my prayers. Like God would give it, and then I'm like, okay, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm back into another season. And it began. I noticed something. God is still working on me. Like every day, still right now, he's still working on me. Every day.
Yeah.
I learned to just trust God by looking back at all the times that he has carried me through. I journal it. I write it down so I can remember and just look back at it. It's just a beautiful thing. And it just be like, you know what? I thank you, God. I give him all the glory. I thank my husband because he has like truly like dealt with me. Yeah. Deal with him. But he's dealt with me, and I've just learned so much. I thank my coach, and I didn't even realize how I used to close doors, and how God closed doors to protect me from stuff. And I'm thinking like, these are blessings I'm trying to get, but he show up all the time, right on time. The
Yes.
peace that is settled into me now, and that sense of calm I have, I don't get worked up as much anymore. I don't get upset. I don't just, when I cry now, most of the time it be crying of joy. Like I know it's going to be okay. Like right now, each step, each day, each detour, each delay, I know it's a teaching. I know God has some kind of valuable lesson that is going to come, and it's going to be something for myself. It's something that's going to be valuable for me. So I
Yeah.
know I had to surrender control because I have a big control issue. I have to surrender control, and every now and then I want to take control again. And God, like our Father do, he has to spank us, get us back in line. Look, that's not what you're doing. You do not have control. I
That's
have
right.
control. So I have to be like, okay, God, you have control. And I have to just lean into faith and remind myself, God, in God's perfect timing, in
Yeah.
God's perfect timing. I'm impatient. I am the most impatient person, but I have started believing not in just what God could do, but in who he is. Faithful, he's loving, he's intentional, and he's always
Yes.
present. He's always present in my life. And I have to always look to him first. And once again, I can't say this enough. Trust God and his process. That's first and foremost. Trust God and his process.
Girl, you got me over here. You gonna make me listen.
Make me cry.
You about to listen. You about to. I hope these mothers listening. Y'all better be listening.
Process.
Because I'm so proud over here.
It's not easy.
I am so proud over here. So what came to mind is it John, when the word of God reminds us, be anxious for nothing, but by prayer and supplication, make our requests be known unto God.
Yes.
And the peace of God will guard our hearts and mind in Christ Jesus, right?
Yes.
So when we think about that, I'm listening to you as you speak, and what you're saying is you've removed the anxiety and replaced it with the peace of God.
Yes.
And what you're like, listen, there coaching help you even to stir that wheel a little bit, to say, listen, how to even recognize, listen, I'm anxious in these areas that I don't need to be. Because in coaching, one of the things that we do not let up on, we talk, what does the word of God tell us? Period.
Yeah, that's it.
That is it. What does it tell us? And we go from there. Everything else derives from there. Everything. When you talk about the control, what I share with you, your coach got major control issues. So I had to, so I know what it's like to want to control a situation. Yes. And so I have to like reel up off of that. It's amazing how God will use the very things that we're thinking are flawed. So I want to go back a few questions, not repeat the question, but on a statement that you said, where you thought you just couldn't do it. You didn't think that you had pretty much the ability, I'm paraphrasing, that you didn't have the ability, like you, almost like you weren't enough. But God used the very things that you felt were not enough. And we needed to point that out to let you see, no, these are the things that God is using to make you unique, to make you who you are, all the way to your name, LoYonda. Can you go ahead and tell us just a little bit about that? Because we're going to put this out here in the world.
Yes, let's put this out here in the world.
I don't talk about that right now.
I've always went by Yolanda. I never liked LoYonda. I'm like, no one name is LoYonda. I don't want that name. I don't like it. It's ugly to me. And I got with my fiance at the time. Maybe, we were dating my husband. And he was like, that's such a beautiful name. I'm like, I had to finally tell him my real name. But he was like, that's such a beautiful name. I'm like, no, I don't like it. He said, no, you're going to go by your real name. That is your name. And up until about a month or so ago, I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to tell you something, my coach. And I'm like, my name is not Yolanda, it's LoYonda. She's like, what? So I'm
now
like,
you're talking about me in third person right now.
Lying to me. And I'm like, well, guess what? I decided I'm embracing my name. My husband been telling me to embrace it, how beautiful it is. And not that I didn't believe him, because he's the most honest person I know. It was just that at that moment, I could not do it. And it was like, I am worthy to embrace and love me, all of me. Yes. All of me. Yes. The good, the bad, the wrinkles, the frowns, the everything, the name, I embrace it all. And I'm thankful. It's only one of me. There's no carbon copies. It's just me. This is it. Yes. So, yes, that's my name, LoYonda Thomas.
Yes. I'm so proud of you. I don't even know what to do. Okay. That's right. I remember when you, I told you this one day when you scheduled your coaching session. I'm like, I said,
who is LoYonda? Misspelled name.
She must have typed the wrong name in. And when you finally came clean with me to let me know, and we addressed that, that was like, no, because in order to come into who you fully are, you first gonna have to embrace your name. Yes. First of all, it is, and it was beautiful. But then I told you, I said, so that session that was booked, that wasn't a mistake. You said, no, I made a mistake. No. Meaning, like you said, the name wasn't a mistake, but you made a mistake and entered it, and you weren't supposed to.
Yes. Yes.
So your name. So you see that? Embracing yourself fully. So when I'm coaching the whole you, because you can't
Yes.
show up genuine, authentic, and really say you want to move forward if you don't embrace all of who you are. I'm
Yep.
gonna say this too. Say it again,
You
LoYonda.
got to be honest with yourself.
Yes, with yourself.
Yes.
With yourself. And you cannot show up with me and not be honest with yourself. Because here's the thing, I tell people all the time, I got on social media. First of all, my first time getting on social media was 2023. All of this for mothers. I said, Lord, I hope you know what you're doing. Okay. But I got on social media and told all my business, meaning I told some things that I was ashamed of, and it was like Lord kept dealing with me. No, you will not allow the enemy to hold you back, because you can't do fully what I'm calling you to do if you allow this to linger over you. So I went to social media and I said, well, I'll just tell everybody at one time. And the reason why that's a huge thing is because I would always say to people, I'm not being on no social media. If I wanted the people on the street corner to know my business, I go tell them myself. God got a funny way of saying,
that's me.
oh, you have to tell them. You have to tell them. So yes, the name is beautiful. So we're gonna go here. Oh wow, we talked about that, but we're gonna say these last two. So what wins or breakthroughs have you experienced since you began this journey, from mindset shifts to real world results in your daycare or business, which is the same? So what wins or breakthroughs have you experienced since you began the journey from your mindset shifts to real world results? So you have this daycare, your mind had you thinking all type of crazy that you couldn't. Okay. So what's the win?
Yes. So my wins are just starting again. When I felt impossible, I didn't quit. I continued. I didn't, because I'm like, oh my God, it's coming together. But I don't know. But I just kept on. I just kept on. So that's one of my wins. Putting God first, which that should have been the first thing I said. But putting God first, always. I put God first. I made my faith my foundation, not just in words, but how I live now. I'm trying to that's how I live. I'm creating an impact. I've touched lives already. I got 6 babies, 7 children. And I touch lives. I'm a daughter, granddaughter, mother, granddaughter. I'm all that, niece, aunt, all that. So I touch lives everywhere I go. So through my children, my work, and my care for others, that's a win. I didn't even think about it that way. It's a win. Building something of my own, nurturing it, to nurture and watch it grow, to build on it, just to manage the real life challenges, because I'm learning to manage the challenges. That is something. Choosing the healing, I made a decision to grow and let go of some emotional battles that I had, spiritually and physically. That's a win for me. My experiences is from me feeling overwhelmed at times, yet I find peace. Sometimes still, it's a daily thing, it's a process. But God meet me in the chaos of it all. And he lets me know he's still here. He's with me. He's guiding me. He's helping me. He's there. And the fight, I let him fight my battles. Be hard because I'm controlling. So, but I give it to him to fight my battles. Learning to set boundaries, still working on it, but I'm learning to set those boundaries. So those experiences are really helping me. I choose what I serve, my growth, and I choose not to be so busy with other people's stuff. I don't want to constantly be busy taking care of everybody else when I need to take care of me and my household. Letting go of what is broken and what has broken me. Release people. If it's not for me, it's not for me. If it's too much stress for me, I have to let it go. I have to let you go. Pain or pressure, it does not define me. Um, discovering my voice, which is
Yes.
crazy because I'm controlling. So it's like bittersweet because yet and still you want to be this what they call her. I want to be a woman, what do they say?
Oh, a
Out.
woman of virtue, a woman of integrity, a woman of
Yes, virtue.
virtuous woman.
Yes.
Proverb
So it's
31 woman.
kind of hard, and I'm steady, trying to like, who kind, but it's okay. You could be a virtuous woman with a voice, and
Yes.
you
Can
can
you
still
repeat that again for the
you
people
can
that
be a
didn't hear you in the
virtuous
back?
woman with a voice. It's okay.
Please tell them.
It's okay. And it's okay for men to understand. It's okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So speaking up and showing up and standing in my truth, being a light for others, but even for more so for myself. I encourage other women and mothers who are now walking where I was, meaning my daughters right now, because but eventually it's gonna be, the women that come in with their children because we are growing together.
Yes.
My other breakthroughs, just trusting the process. As I know I say 1,000 times because I cannot express how
See
important it is to trust the process. I'm gonna give me a shirt. Trust the process. Gotta trust it. I realized God was working in me and on me, and it seemed like it was a delay. It was detours and even a little silence, but I just couldn't hear it because I wasn't sitting still. You have to sit still and actually take time to know him. Seeing myself and my worth. My husband sometimes see worth in me that I didn't see before in myself. And it was like, I didn't say anything, but it was like just so amazing. Like, dang, he said he seen, he already was thinking this about me. And it made me feel really good. But just knowing and not second guessing my values,
Yeah.
healing generational wounds and breaking generation curses, so to speak.
Yeah.
I don't really want to say curses, but so to speak, sometimes we have to break and heal those wounds.
Mm-hmm.
I became it became a change for my family and my legacy as well as myself. I had to change things, and it's crazy because it was as I got older, people were like, oh, now you went to church. It's not that. It's just sometimes you don't have to be in church necessarily, but if that's where you got to go to get it, then that's where you need to go to get it. Reclaiming my joy, I began to find beauty and gratitude in the littlest moments. Just 20 minutes of quiet time, reading your Bible, or even just a little bit of reflection. Walking boldly in my purpose. I'm LoYonda Thomas, LoYonda, LoYonda, being boldly in my purpose. I now know my life has meaning beyond the struggle, even with me being in this very mature age with a 2.5-year-old. It's a reason. I'm truly blessed. So that's my breakthroughs as well.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, ma'am.
When I tell you, I'm not even talking to you. I'm about to talk to these mothers out here.
Yes.
Okay. LoYonda is
Mm.
literally the walking, talking real deal. Like she got me over here like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Put it out there. Tell them so that they know. Okay.
Mm.
I'm putting over here. I'm
It's
like,
a
I'm
process.
writing over here. Proud. I'm proud over here. Okay.
So
So
pat yourself on the back. Only brush your
no, I'm gonna
nose
give
off.
well, look, you know what we do. You know what I always say? We give honor to God because
Honor to
I
God
can do
first.
nothing if it were not for him. That's a
Mm.
real thing. And I'm very
Yes.
careful. Like, no, now
Yes.
you were talking about like we'll get to the business side of it, but like letting mothers know, even because you're talking about
Yes.
some of the hard things business wise when it comes, and we about to get to that. But when we talk about those things, even that I coach in that area because you're a mother, and because you're a mother, it's dealing with every area. So if you're struggling on the business side, we need to get you
Yep.
together on the business side to get the
Yes.
structure of it all. So
Yes.
yes, so I'm gonna formulate these two questions together, and then we jump into some series. Get ready because we can ready to get
Okay.
into to this daycare questions. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I wanted to ask you, we'll put these together. What would you say to mothers, which is really important? What would you say to mothers who's listening right now? Matter of fact, I'm gonna say that. Um, if you had to describe your transformation in 3 words, what would they be and why? Or you can just tell me what would they be.
Okay. Which question first?
So your transfer, we're just gonna deal with the transformation. I'm gonna ask that other question at the end, but
Okay.
if you had to describe your transformation in 3 words, what would they be and why? Even if it's just 2 words or one.
Okay. My transformation.
You pretty much said it a few
I
of them
did.
too. So if you gave just what's a word that you could use that causes you, because I so many I could think of. Boldness for you. Um, really walking into your, so when we think about boldness, because even though you were controlling,
Yeah.
you have that sense of withholding your boldness. And because I'm so bold, I'm like, you better shake that loose and get this boldness out. So so
The
think of it from
words
that,
that reflect, like reflect my journey,
your transformation
my transformation. So I'll
while you
say
were on.
resilient,
Okay.
faithful,
Okay.
faithful. Oh my goodness, being faithful and evolving.
Okay. So
Resilient because we have to endure storms and they come. Oh my goodness, you know when you're heading uphill because them storms gonna keep coming. And it's like
yes.
it's a whirlwind now, but you know you're doing something right because God, you know, stuff happen. The devil ain't gonna attack you if he got you. So it's the storms that keeps coming, and you just stand against them, and you strengthen. It shows you have that strength, I should say. When life tries to break you, faithfulness, because you know through uncertainty, we choose to believe and make it make sense, so to speak. We learn to lean on God and His promise, and evolving.
Yeah.
Um, Through uncertainty, we choose to believe when things don't make sense. We lean onto God's promise. We learn to walk by faith and not by sight. Um, Sorry, I just keep saying Uh,
That's okay.
Even when feeling weak, we trust in God and His power. So I would have to say my three things would be resilient, faithful, and evolving.
Can you pat yourself on the back?
You think
Genuinely.
so?
I
I
think so.
give myself a hug. I'm a hugger.
Because I'm hugging you from here. Okay.
I'm a hugger.
Because you have done phenomenal leaps and bounds and you did the work. What do I say? I'm just sitting here. You got to show up and do the hard work. And the
Yeah,
hard work
you
is to
did. You
mature
said that in the
you.
very beginning.
Yes. So you have, outside of God, He's the
Mm-hmm.
ultimate, but you have solely yourself to thank for allowing yourself to give yourself permission to do the
Yes.
hard work and to get to the next level of what it is that you wanted in your life. And here you are. So let's jump to that then. Okay. I
Unapologetically.
want to, we're going to jump to this. So since you so beautifully broke all that down, your journey and everything, I
Mm-hmm.
want us to now jump into a few questions that we can wrap up this last part of our session.
Okay.
What inspired you to start your daycare? We know about coaching and all that, but I want to know it had to start somewhere. Coaching only can pull out of you, remember, but and help guide you. But there had to be something that inspired you. So, what inspired you to start your daycare, to even want it to begin with? And how does your why, show up in the way you care for the children and families you serve?
So starting my daycare, besides having a 2.5-year-old, starting a home daycare, it was more than a business decision. And at first I looked at it like, well, you know, is this something that I want? Is it something I'm gonna love? And no, it's something I love. You have to do something you love. So that it was a calling for me. I've
Mm.
always had a deep love for children and a passion to help them and love on them.
Aw.
Um, Not just for them to come and play or just to sit. I want children to actually learn, not in academically, but emotionally and spiritually. because I feel that's very important, and we're missing that in a lot of ways. Over the years, I saw the need for a safe, nurturing, and a faith-filled environment for children where you could be treated like family and have that love and growth and the joy and care and that personal interaction with that unconditional love. As a mother myself, once again, of a number of children of all ages, I understand it takes trust to place your child in someone else's care. So I wanted to create a space that was more like a home environment initially, because this is not my last stop. So initially, I want that home environment, and I wanted to create a warm and friendly space no matter where we are. I want the parents to feel a peace of mind. I want the children to be seen and heard and know that they are loved. This daycare is born out of love, compassion, and the love of learning and teaching children. I want to serve families and communities and the community every day. So I want to pour my heart into my families and my children, knowing that like I'm their aunt or something, like their grandmother, or just pour my heart into what I love to do, knowing that I'm helping to shape our future, because that's what I'll be doing. And one day our little scholars, one at a time, will grow up to be something amazing.
Oh my gosh. We talking about the Dream Scholars, y'all.
Dreams Scholars, yes.
You need to clap on that.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Girl, you just tearing this up. You about to have. So for any of y'all out there now talking about, okay, I need to talk to LoYonda because I need her to help me with my daycare. She busy right now. She busy right now.
I'm still willing to help though. Like you want, I'll help.
See
you
now, what's so wonderful is exactly what you just did. So did y'all see that? Her love and her kindness and her generosity comes out. I'm sitting over here talking trash, and she like, I still want to help. So y'all see that comes out naturally. I love that comes out naturally because everybody can't. Some people try to fake that. It don't work. And it comes out naturally, your love and your kindness. So now so I'm gonna have this. So there are a lot of child care options out there, right? What makes Dream Scholars Daycare a place parents can truly trust with their little ones? Now, you just said quite a few things, but if you could just give them something real quick that will tell them this is why you should be here. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I love the fact that you said faith-filled. We have to be unapologetic about what we offer. When I do coaching on my bookkeeping side, I do not remove the lure out of it. I don't care who it is. I don't
at all. No.
So I love that.
So that's to start. Yes, we are faith-filled. They are welcomed when you come in with love. Like I said, I'm a hugger, but we are welcome here with love. It's clean, it's safe. From the moment they walk in through these doors, every child is going to be greeted with a smile, love, and a sense of belonging. They will feel safe and you will see eventually they're going to be excited because kids are familiar, they have their moments, but this space is designed just for them. They are not just stepping into a daycare. They are stepping into their second home. And when leaving here, they are going to feel empowered and loved. At the end of the day, children will leave with more than just crafts and stories. They're going to learn different stuff of life and lessons in God, kindness. They're going to be full-hearted. They're going to be excited about learning. They're going to be reminded that they too are special and that they have their journey. And it's going to be exciting to know what's new and what's up ahead of them. Okay?
Yeah.
So here, there's something meaningful and exciting to learn. We're learning sign language. Like I love you. We love everyone. So we are learning every day something new.
Coming over there?
No TV time. We're not doing that.
That's good. I'm coming over there. I need to learn some sign language here because some
Yes.
people act like when you're talking to them, they don't understand. So I need to do a little something. So I'm coming over there so you can see. Oh my gosh, girl,
Yes,
you over there doing things. All right,
yes,
all right. I see you. I see you, Dream Scholars.
yes,
I see you,
yes.
Miss. I see
We
you,
want
Miss
to stop.
LoYonda. All
Yes.
right. Now, how do you incorporate? We don't even have to ask that, but I'm going to put this question out there, and you don't have to answer it because you just answered it, but just so that they'll know. She just answered. How do you incorporate learning, creativity, or emotional support into daily experience for children in your care? She literally just answered that for
I
us.
did.
Literally. So I don't even have to, but just so the question is posed and people can say, oh, okay, she did answer that. Right. So for a parent listening right now who's nervous about choosing the right daycare, what would you say to give them peace of mind about choosing yours? And you actually just answered it again.
Well, yeah. When you come in, you will feel it. It's just I can't even express to you what you're going to feel when you come in. But just to clarify for the last question, they're going to learn through play and purpose, because when you play, there's a purpose that you learn through that. They're going to learn through creating in every center that's in here. They're going to love at the core of everything. They're going to get support in every stage of doing things. This the simple things, learning how to hold a pencil, learning how to color, learning how to walk, tummy time, talk, everything. Everything is learning about different foods, not just in Michigan or just Detroit. We're going to learn about everything we could possibly bring to children. If we can bring Jamaica to them, Mexico to them, we're going to learn a little bit about other people. We are all one. We are.
Oh my gosh. Girl, don't make me. Now, you going to make me want to go get some children and bring them over there. And you know I don't be wanting to be bothered with. Now, everybody know.
We know.
So that brings something to me that we didn't talk about. Tell them your age range, because somebody's wondering that. Somebody right now trying to sign up. What's the age range right quick?
My age range right now is 11 months, and I'll go up to 11 years old, 12 years old. So I have 11. A nice age range.
So it's 11 to 12, I'm sorry.
Months. 11 months to 12 years old.
12 years old. Okay.
Right. Yes, because sometimes our older children, you might not want to leave them at home. They might need a little help. It's summertime to come. You don't want to leave your child not learning something over the summertime. They need their minds need to constantly learn something. Not just sitting in front of video games and playing. Nothing's wrong with it. But it's always wonderful to learn and just grow.
Let me go and say it is something wrong with a child being in front of a video game all day long. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest about it. But but you know, so but you want them to learn something else outside of that. Okay, I got it.
Appropriate stuff here, and kids have fun. I'm sure they have their phones. So
yes, okay. So I'm gonna ask this: how has your confidence as a business owner now grown since opening your daycare, and what has that meant for families who now get the benefit from what you've built? So how's your confidence grown as a woman, as a mother?
I'm excited. I'm excited for this I'm excited for this journey because God has already blessed it. Everything is happening in divine order. He already know my children. I'm going to get the parents. He already know y'all. He already know who's coming. He already have everything set in play. I am so excited because not only am I going to be able to love on some children, I am about to be able to have extended family. It's going to grow. It's going to get past all that. It's about to be big. It's about to be big.
Oh, it's about to be a whole building.
It's going to be a whole building. It's about to
bought and paid for.
Exactly, but it's still going to be that love and that family bond in this big building. Yes. And
you know,
medically excited.
I am so excited. I'm so excited beyond measure for you because the part. So, and the thing about it, mothers, what you are not getting, is she really is reserved right now. Her joy and her enthusiasm in general did not begin with opening the doors of a daycare. It was already there. And the enemy just kept pulling at her to hold her back from the very purpose and calling on her life.
Yes.
And so you're seeing her restrained.
Yes.
So imagine if she really could unleash and let you all really see that passion and that drive that she has. Yes, like it's genuinely there. And what you have demonstrated, and so mothers, so that you could see what LoYonda has demonstrated is she has moved out of the realm of motivation. She became dedicated. She became dedicated to the purpose and the plan and the promise on her life. And she said, I'm going to dedicate myself to this and I'm going to do it. And I said this just the other day. I think I said it in the podcast, not the podcast, on the video the other day. And I was talking and I said, so many of us, we sitting around, we motivated by something. You getting into it because they say, oh, we can do this and you excited. But when the rubber really meets the road, then that's when dedication have to kick in. Yes. And what I love is that you went through a whole process getting licensed. Things were coming at you. You were struggling. You were having mind battles. Meaning, when I say mind battles, mother, I mean she was struggling with those thoughts that the enemy telling her she wasn't good enough to do it. But here, what we talk about in coaching, and that is you take captive those thoughts and all vain imagination and bring them into authority of Christ. Because that's where you're going to be able to be delivered from that. That's the word of God. That's why we do everything in coaching and the walk on the principles of what the word of God says.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you did.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. I can't say that enough. And here's the other flip side of that. I always ask this question. Are you proud of you?
I am proud of me. I can say that genuinely. I am so proud of me. And mothers, when you do stuff like this, because you got to think back, like your kids are watching. Everything we do, even if road rage, the kids are watching. Believe it or not, they 4 years old, 3. They know when you done threw a shoe, a penny, a bottle, something, they are watching. And when they see something positive, it's like their mindset changes like, wow. When your children look at you differently and say, you know what, I'm proud of you. You look like what? So yes, I am excited. I am proud and happy.
Oh my gosh. Yes, as you should be. So I'm gonna close us out with this. First of all, do you have a question or anything you want to say before I close us out with our last question?
The only thing I want to say is just trust the process. Be still and know that God is there. You know, lean not on your own understanding. That is serious. Because the devil do attack, and a lot of times we don't know where it comes from. But as mothers, we always feel so overwhelmed. We have to keep our cups full. You better get the reserve that God gave you. Get the reserve and pour that into their cups, because this one is for me. It's mine. So don't give what you don't have to give. And that's for real. Don't give. And that it took a lot for me to learn that we can't give what we don't have to give. Because once our water is gone, what do we have to give?
That's right. You have to give.
Mother, we have to remember that. Yes.
That's right. Give from your overflow. You can't give from an empty cup, an empty vessel. That's so much we talk about. So I'm going to ask you. Actually, I have 2 questions. The first one and the last one will be you giving your information, but I'm going to say this. What would you say to a mother who's listening right now, feeling like she has nothing left to give, but knows there's something more for her? What is it that you could say to that mother right now as it pertains to coaching for her?
As it pertains to coaching, she needs
for her, meaning like not just the coaching part, all of that. So what would you say to her, right? To a mother listening right now, feeling like she has nothing left to give, like from there, we just talked about that emptiness, and but knows there's something more in her. So what would you say to her first from your personal experience?
Okay, I'll say, we see you. We see you. I know you're tired, not just your body, not just your spirit. You give and you give and you give. And sometimes it feels like there's nothing left of you. There's nothing left to give. But let me remind you that there is something very powerful. Even in your emptiness, you still are enough. That you are not failing, you are fighting. You are not holding up more than anyone else sees. And while it may feel you may feel like it now, that your love and your presence and your sacrifice, that it didn't matter, is actually shaping lives, is building futures, and it's more than enough.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I love that.
Um,
You're not
as a
about to
mom,
cry over there, are you?
I'm okay. Um,
Okay.
you mother, you moms out there, you deserve care too. You deserve love. You deserve greatness, rest, and grace. Take a moment to breathe, to cry if you need to ask for help without guilt, to say no unapologetically,
Yes. Yes.
ask for help without feeling guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yes.
are never meant to pour from an empty cup.
Yes.
God sees you. God sees you. We see you. We are there. She's there. She is there. She is there.
Listen.
She is there. God is there.
Yes.
That's it.
Because we are mothers conquering together.
We are
We really
conquering.
are.
We are conquering together for real.
Yes. Because
And it's
it's
strength
such,
in multiple.
yes,
Strength
it
in
is.
multiple. Yes.
It is, it's power. So two is better than one. We know
Yes.
that. You know, when I think about the word of God tells us when one lies alone, he can be cold, but with another, they're warm. Like,
Yes.
so if you fall and you in a ditch, you can't get out of that ditch. But if somebody reach their hand down, they can pull
They
you
pull
out of
you
the ditch.
out.
Right.
Yes.
And that is something that through the years, it was actually my spiritual mother, my disciple, when she discipled me for so many years. And it's like allowing me to be able to see, because I'm like, I don't need no women around me. I don't want to be bothered.
Right.
But God would not, it's like, but all while I'm doing that, he had, it was like women was in my belly to minister to talk
Mm-hmm.
to speak to coach to. And I would go to him, and don't take this lightly, mothers. I would literally say to God, I don't want to be bothered with women. I don't want to be bothered with them. They got too much going on. They too catty. It's too much.
Hello. Yes.
You know, that was my, and he would not. And
He like, no.
he allowed the turbulent relationship between my adult daughter and I. And I'm gonna say that again, so many of us think because we look at something as a deficit or negative or it's bad. God will use the very things that we think are the worst things to be something to birth into someone else with greatness. When he
Yes.
says that whatever the enemy wants to use for your bad, he said, I will take it and surely use it for your good. So even when we have these relationships that are not the best with our adult daughters, God said, but I have you. I'm with you, just like he's with them.
All the
There's a
time.
lot that has to be done. And
He
so
is
we
the
have to
peace
just
in
trust
the middle
God
of the
in it
storm.
all. What'd you say? Yes, a peace in the middle. That's
He
right.
is the
That is
peace
right.
in the middle of the
And
storm.
so, and then when the reconciliation comes, there's reconciliations in
It's coming.
relationships. But that don't mean that these other issues like building businesses and all of that stop. Like you still want to do things. So we still have the life challenges that come up against us as mothers. And so
Yes.
we definitely need those spaces. So listen, I want to thank you
Yes.
so
Thank
much.
you.
I definitely, I
Thank
want to
you.
thank you.
Y'all
Now,
don't know
can
I'm
you
friends.
tell,
I'm over having
I'm over
flash.
here. Listen, I'm
Oh,
flashing too. Listen, this menopause is scandalicious. I said, what the? And I have the whole, listen, I got the fan blowing on me. I need to turn this ceiling fan on. What's going on?
it's okay though. God got us.
Can you tell the mothers, will you please tell the mothers how they can reach out so that they can get information about Dreams Scholars Daycare? Give
My
them.
pleasure. So Dream Scholars is in Southfield. We are open from 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. The phone number you can reach us at, and we are smoke-free environment, drug-free, is 248-281-4991. 248-281-4991. Or you can send an email to Dreams Scholars Childcare24@gmail.com. Case Dream, DREAM, Scholars, SCHOLARS, Childcare24@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you ladies.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell y'all something. Thank you so much, LoYonda. I appreciate you. I'm going to
Yes.
talk to the ladies for a quick second, real quick, just to
Okay.
have a little conversation with them. And I'm going to see you in just a moment, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ladies, mothers. Oh my goodness. Now, did y'all know LoYonda? She got me over here on just smiling from one ear to ear. Now, if I had little small children, which I do not, I would be like, LoYonda, can I come over there and see you so that you can take care of my children? Oh my goodness. It was just a beautiful reminder today that purpose doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It responds to the call. And that is what LoYonda did, even when fear is present. LoYonda literally showed us what it looks like to live with compassion, lead with confidence. Building something meaningful, even while still waiting in areas of healing, because she had areas of healing that she still was trying to wait on to get to. And there were many breakthroughs and things that she was able to break free from. But she walked on because she was dedicated, trusted God in the process of what he was doing in her. And then what happened? What she had as a vision, as a seed that God blessed and put on the inside of her, now is into fruition. So if her story stirs something in you, I'm telling you all, if you've been holding back, unsure of how to move forward in your own purpose because the relationship maybe with your adult daughter feels heavy or unresolved, maybe it's just in a place of being reconciled. Maybe it's a reconciled place. Maybe it's never been bad, but you need a space of accountability. You need a space where, okay, you can learn certain other things. I want you, because we talk about finances, we talk about what are the things we can do to minimize some of the turbulent situations in the relationships. We talk about traveling. What can you do? Because we're moving forward. So we will be doing the Waiting Without Wasting Challenge. It's a transformational experience designed specifically for mothers like you, women who are ready to stop putting life on pause and start walking boldly into everything God still has planned for you. We saw that LoYonda started walking boldly. She started walking boldly, and it's because of the work that she did. She put in the work. So because waiting doesn't mean standing still, and it does not. And yes, you heard it today. The breakthrough begins when you choose to say yes to your healing and your future. You can learn more and sign up for the wait list by clicking in the link in the description so that you can be on that waiting list for the Waiting Without Wasting Challenge. Listen to me. That's a tongue twister. Waiting Without Wasting Challenge. That is what we will be doing. And you're going to be moving forward unapologetically and in faith. And what I want us to remember, always remember this: we are mothers conquering together.